Hey guys, so I just got in from my surprise consultation and um I'm gonna get the sleeve. Um I'm sorry, I it's another situation where I was on the more nervous side, but apparently not I'm not like my blood pressure was good. 103 over 73 for those who are curious. It is still the 6th, by the way, 4:19 p.m. So yeah, my blood pressure was good, but I had like a couple of hands. Okay, for a second, I couldn't hear my air fryer oven, so I had to double check, make sure it was going down. It is. Um, so I'm a little distracted again, and I apologize for that. But I didn't eat much. But um, I know I did the brief surprise update earlier, but for those who didn't watch and are only tuning in now, um, I got a call. I want to say it was like 8:56, 8:59, like just before literally 9 o'clock in the morning. Um, I was in the bathroom, but I saw on my watch that the surgery people were calling. So I was like, why are they calling at this time? I should definitely call them back. So I did. And so Tracy, I believe her name was, she was like, well, we had a cancellation today. Uh, so if you want, we can, see you today at 3. And I was like, at first I was going to say no because I would have to, do the whole Medicaid cap thing, and I need 3 days in advance usually for that. But then I remembered that mom wanted to go with me, and that she's at one of the high schools that isn't actually that far away right now. She does work where she. I'm sorry, I just drank Pepsi, so carbonation's kind of making me a little burpy. Apologies. So, I also apologize for the scatteredness. So, I knew that she really wanted to go with me, so I called her. I was told that I could call them back between 10 and 15 minutes. And so I was like, I'll call you guys right back. But I called mom. I was like, well, they have this opening. It's at 3. And she's like, yeah, I'll just leave Johnson City early. Whatever. And I was like, okay. So we did get there a little bit early, but then they saw me early. um, so I have some reading material. It's thick-ish. So, I will probably go through it myself to start, and I'll probably then go through it with you guys in another video and hit the points. But one of my concerns being the whole anesthesia thing, I was assured that, first of all, that apparently since the time I was put under for my gallbladder removal, that anesthesia has become much safer, which, was already something that I was like, phew. But he did also assure me, because I asked, that in the case that it seemed like someone was struggling either being under the anesthesia or waking up from the anesthesia, that they do have things to help someone wake up if they need to. So I'm definitely feeling better about that, especially since they told me they're also going to want to do before the surgery an endoscopy, endo, 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 Basically, they're gonna put something down my throat to check out like my throat and my stomach, make sure there's no surprises. Endoscopy, and and I know there's two words that are very similar, or people say them. They say the one word very differently. That's gonna fucking bug me. I'll get back to you guys on that. This is me wanting to be a verbal perfectionist. I'm getting inside my own head about it. Please forgive me. So, but yeah, he told me that, they were going to want to do that. And I was like, okay, well, then I have some questions about anesthesia. And apparently, normally they use, he calls it the twilight anesthesia for going down your throat. So you're still kind of present, but you're not really paying attention to things. But he said because of my situation, he might go a little bit heavier on it just to make sure that I don't freak out. Because I told him that I have some... I told him about my phobia. And I also had to tell him that... sorry, I saw a weird van pass by. My ADHD is running wild today. I'm very sorry. So, I told him that I have a phobia of dying, but that also, and I believe I've mentioned this in a previous video, but again, because I'm thinking of them going down my throat and everything, I was like, dentists have had issues with going in my mouth before because apparently I have a very strong tongue. Take that however you want. But usually when they've had to do dental work, they have to have an assistant come in and actually hold down my tongue so it doesn't get in the way of like a drill or whatever. So, yeah. I'm deceptively strong in many ways. Oh, fuck. So, yeah. But he was apparently pleasantly surprised that I was already kind of knowing some of the terminology. That I was already kind of knowing the difference between what the sleeve was and, I referred to it as the banana shape, and then the bypass. The reason why, there was a couple reasons why, at least, that I wasn't going for the bypass. Apparently the potential risks, because of course with any surgery there's risks. Duh. I mean, the risks are about the same for either the sleeve or the bypass, but they're different at the same time. With the bypass, you can get it increases the likelihood of you getting like acid reflux and stuff like that, which can then develop an ulcer. And apparently the ulcers can get so severe that it can cause a hole. And especially because the gastric bypass is basically, you don't even have, not only just not a stomach anymore, but they're taking away like the large intestine. They're basically connecting a little pouch of a stomach to your small intestine. And that's it. So, I also had concerns about whether or not my body would be able to have the proper time to digest the nutrients that I would be trying to get from the food. I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb. I just got a message. Sorry. Normally I'm better about that. So, AJ, I will be updating you with this very shortly. Thank you for checking in on me. So, yeah. Just remove, there was that concern about And he didn't tell me there wasn't no risk about not getting those nutrients. Apparently, iron is one that people have had an issue with most, if they have an issue with. And I told him that I had concerns because in the past, vitamin D. And of course, we had a laugh because he's like, everyone has a problem with their vitamin D levels. And he's right. Vitamin D and potassium, especially for women, that's something we all struggle with. So I think originally he wanted to lean more towards the bypass for me, but after us going back and forth, even he thought the sleeve was going to be the better option for me, especially when I told him about how much weight loss I've already been doing myself, and I've been keeping it off. And, obviously I have that willpower, that self-control. I've already been eating less. Like, I'm not worried about fucking it up, especially because this is an opportunity to basically literally change an aspect of my life, how I eat. I've already been doing a good job, but this would help me kind of kick it in gear. And, appreciating it that way has helped me feel a lot better about that whole idea. And apparently, I can't remember if he said 60 to 70%. Yeah, I think it's 60 to 70% of my weight I could expect to lose within the first 3 years, so long as I do things correctly. I mean, that would put me within my goal weight, if not less. But I would be fine at 180. That's the goal. So I'm feeling better about it. The anesthesia, apparently they'll keep me overnight. He might extend that a little bit because he took my the Veneer, I think is how you pronounce his name. It's French. And there's L's in it. But it's Veneer. I have a picture of him. I'll be putting it on my community page because as we got into the elevator after the appointment, like, they have in the elevator a picture of him. So you'll see his name and image and everything. So it helps lend credit to the fact that I'm fucking doing this thing. But me and Mom both took pictures. And she's actually proud of me. Oh, fuck, Dessa, don't be a weepy bitch. But she was like, you're actually being an adult. So that was great. So he took my whole CIDP thing. Like, he heard me talk about it and what it is and my concerns about that, and he suggested that I definitely talk to Dr. Martin, who I will see again in August, about any potential precautions that I might want to take. He might want to prescribe me something to, like a steroid or something for after the surgery. So I need to remember to discuss that with him. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to talk to Grandpa. So anyone who might have an assistant, not Siri or Alexa, you might want to mute me in 3, 2, 1. Hey Google, please send me a reminder in 1 hour.
Got it. Today at 5:33 p.m. What's the title?
Talk to Dr. Martin about surgery.
Sure. I'll remind you today at 5:33 p.m.
Okay, I'm done. I just wanted to make sure I don't forget to discuss that. So I don't know how I'm going to make sure that I keep remembering that until August. But I'll figure it out. Um so yeah, I just wow. This is this is happening. I'm seeing the dietitian on the 26th at 3 p.m. Alicia. It's going to be a small group class. So they're also going to have me do my weight at home. And they can be called in, emailed, or done in person. Apparently, insurance requires documentation that you have weight recorded each month. Um, I was actually thrilled, and I told this to the girl that was giving me this whole thing. I was like, that's awesome, actually, because I have a smart scale. So the fact that I can email it in, you guys have seen, if you've gone on my community tab, that I can kind of just screen grab the results and just share them. So, yay. I need to get a smart scale, though. Before the surgery, hopefully. But I'm definitely going to need it for after. Because, I mean, I'm going to have to start on liquids, but I want to do this right. I need to do this right. I don't want to I don't want to cause internal bleeding or any other issues like that, first of all. And second of all, I'm going to be taking this seriously for all sorts of reasons, but most of all, I want this to be at its most effective. So that means listening to the things that the dietitians, because I'm going to be seeing Alicia, but I still intend on seeing Matthew. Hearing what they have to say, applying it to what I know. It's like almost like an adrenaline thing right now that I'm feeling. It's more excitement than nervousness at this point, but there's still some nervousness because it's fucking surgery. But it's minimally invasive. Before I forgot to mention that, it's going to be similar to actually the way I got my gallbladder removed. They're gonna do little cuts, and he mentioned a robot, so nerd me just kind of wanted to fucking wiggle at the appointment, which was funny. Oh, that's my chicken. I'm doing chicken and Caesar salad again today, because it's easy. And it just helps me kind of be mindful on things. Oh, 327.8. So even if I was still holding at 328.8 previously from yesterday, I lost a pound. So, yeah. Not that I usually do daily weigh-ins. Normally I do them about every 2 weeks. So, but yeah, I mean, this is, oh, and yeah, I did talk, my blood pressure and everything was good. She wrote it down for me. I gotta make sure so that I let them know. I gotta find it though. But I already also made my appointments for my mammogram next week. And I even did my appointment for pain and wellness again already. I should do the next one for Dr. Martin. But I didn't think about it. I know she wrote it on, did it fall to the bottom of the bag? Yep. She wrote it on a napkin. Oh, I was slightly off about the numbers, guys. It 108/76 My O2 was 97. I know that she did O2. The thing on the finger. Fucking duh. Um, so my O2 was 97 and 131 for my pulse. But I was still feeling a tiny bit anxious and stuff, so uh, my heart rate being fast, not surprising, but the rest of it was good, so. See, it's just stress. Fucking, it's just stress. I know, thankfully, because of everything that happened with the CIDP, especially, I have become so much more in tune with my body. Yeah, for a while I kind of fucking did it wrong by gaining all the weight, but I'm doing better about it. I really am. And so I feel like I've really come to understand myself in so many ways, especially over the last few years. And that's kind of awesome. So, hopefully Casey's still streaming, but he might not be by this point. Hopefully Nerfy will be streaming shortly. And if any of you are there, hopefully I'll see you there. I know she might not like this, but some of you might know of some stuff that happened recently in that whole community. I do plan on talking about it some soon. I know she doesn't want to, and I'm respecting that, and everyone else should as well. But I plan on talking about it some, at least my own observances and such in this whole thing. So if any of you have questions about it, be sure to drop them down below, and I'll try to address them specifically. But yeah, there's a lot I need to record for you guys, I guess. So I will try to get on that for the rest of the week. I think she still wanted me to come over Sunday, and especially because she has that surgery coming up soon, I think I'm going to be doing that. So I might be a little bit booked for Sunday, but I'll try to at least record some stuff to get out to you guys every other day. Thank you for watching. If you can, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please. I would appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that I'm now up to 110 of you. Because I love puns, and of course my gaming handle for the most part is the Decimator. My community, I was given a tab, a section of Nerfy's thing, and it's called the Decimation Nation. So that's kind of what I'd be calling you guys. Hopefully you guys will appreciate it. But, it sounds powerful, which is kind of badass. And I'm a fucking nerd. I'm actually feeling kind of good, if you can't tell. And it's actually kind of awesome. It's been a minute. So I will definitely be in touch with you guys more often and again soon. I'm not gonna do the funny greeting for this one, and that's what my greeting has been hopefully nobody's been taking it seriously. It's just meant to be funny, but I love you guys. I appreciate you a ton. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.